Well, that doesn't look very healthy, does it? And I have no idea what that is, but it definitely looks like it came off. Well, the good news is they got the fan belt off, which should be around here and around here. Just to let you know what happened, just so in case you ever hear it, was I was busy driving. Oh, there's the fan belt. As you can see, definitely. As I was driving, I could hear this sort of, whoops, thunk, 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 thunk. And that is what the thunk, thunk, thunk was being made by. So part of my fan belt just stripped away. Nice. So apparently I'm going to be at least an hour or so late to get to work, and I'm owing to the fact I've got to leave work early today anyway. Patience is a virtue, right? It is what it is. Well, wasn't that exciting? All right, let me try and see. I have no idea what I've got recorded and what I haven't, but just so that you know, I started to drive to work, and as I started to drive, I heard this sound. It wasn't metal on metal, it was a very different sound. It sounded a bit more like rubber flapping. And then I'm trying to think what in a car is rubber, and I know there's a boot that surrounds part of the steering mechanism that's rubber, and I'm thinking the only other thing I can think of that's rubber, it would be the fan belt. Other than, you know, seals. And if a seal had gone, I had a feeling other warning lights would be on. Anyway, so the main thing is I didn't like the sound because it sounded to me like something was wrong. And so I pulled into the first gas station that I knew had a workshop, and said, and just literally opened up my hood, and sure enough, it was my fan belt. So I was going to have a discussion about something completely different, and I may do at the end of this, but what I wanted to talk to you about is, and I can only call it God moments because that's what I call it. It's a God moment. Why was it a God moment? Well, as some of you would have heard in yesterday's vlog, last night I was due to go and drive somewhere to go to dinner with Marnie. And during the day, she contacted me and basically told me that life had got in the way and could we delay dinner. And I could hear what the issue was. And I said, why don't we just not delay it in terms of later that evening, but why don't we just delay it to another day? That'll give you a free evening to cope with this. So, which she appreciated. Now, why was it a God moment? Well, if I had driven to where we were due to have dinner, I'm thinking about the amount of travel I would have done that would have been equivalent to when my fan belt went. I would have been driving home late last night in the dark, tired, and the fan belt would have snapped. Thank you, God. Thank you for looking after me during daylight hours on a beautiful sunny day, so I wasn't stuck on the side of a road in the middle of the night, scared. I really appreciate that. I wonder if any of you can see what I'm getting at here. Sometimes, was I disappointed that we didn't have dinner last night? Absolutely. Yeah, I was looking forward to it. But less than 24 hours later, am I giving thanks for that fact? In fact, I will be writing to Marnie to thank her for cancelling yesterday. Or rather, that she allowed, that she did cancel. So it's a really important part of life, is to be aware that sometimes we don't know what's going on. It takes a little bit longer for us to understand what's going on. And what seems like a bad thing yesterday turns out to be a very good thing today. Now, did I have the budget ready for the cost of that repair? I mean, that's the amazing thing, is, how much it cost today just to spend an hour in the shop or more. Oh, wow. I mean, that was, by the time, I think I ended up paying close to $300 for the parts and labor. And they only charged me for half an hour labor, which was very fair. So I would really challenge you all to be very aware. I mean, you have to have an awareness to be able to link these things together. I always say to people, 5 years from now, will it make a scrap of difference? Well, there's certain things that have happened in my life where 5 years later, yes, it did make a difference, but very, very few. Most times things happen and, it's not nearly as serious as you think it is at the time. It just is life. And now yesterday was a no-brainer about, no, don't worry, let's delay it till another day. And yet today, wow, did that make a difference? Yes. So I like to be aware of those sort of things, and I like to give thanks for them, and I like to share them with other people, because I think the more of us that share these things, then the more people get to think about that and go, wow. You have heard me say before now that when I get delayed on my way to work, and I don't mean just the average thing, I'm talking about something major will happen. I'm amazed how many times that has happened where I literally have been delayed by 10, 15 minutes or something. And I will check. I will actually check that night to see if there were any major accidents on my route. Why? Because it's amazing how many times there were. And then I give thanks because I realize I could have been that accident. And because I was delayed, I wasn't. Now, I was hearing the other day about a guy who was in the Brussels bombing. Who had also been, I think it was at the Paris bombing, and also been near another one. Now, I don't know about you, but if I were a police person and I had somebody who'd escaped 3 different bombings, I'd probably be looking very seriously into their past, because maybe they're not just a bystander that's unlucky, maybe they are part of it, right? I mean, that's where my mind would go. But it turns out this guy is a missionary, I think a Mormon missionary or something. But can you imagine if this is above board, which I believe it is, from what I can gather? Would you want to keep traveling if every time you travel, you get caught up in a major bombing? you know, I think I'd be going, okay, God, I get the message.